What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin today, XCN USD. It is the 22nd day of the 12th month, December. 9 hours, 45 minutes left in this day, sitting here at about $0.0047. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. All right, here we are. What we do next is very important here, okay? Because if we can, and when we can, when we do close above this daily low close, we validate this as a low, we validate this as a fake out, and that typically promotes a surge in price in the opposite direction, right? If you fake out one way, you typically go at a rapid pace, high velocity the other way, typically. Maybe we fake out and we slowly move up, but still we would expect to move up. On the contrary to that, if we reject from here, finding resistance at prior support is a no-no, and we would very much go below $0.04. We'd probably go down as low as like 0.032 or 3.4, something like that. So what we do next is critical in that. And if we go lower, that's fine. There's plenty of support down here, you guys, but I think I speak for all of us whenever I say enough is enough, okay? Onyx DAO, we're ready to pump. We're ready for Valhalla. We are ready to receive the many blessings that have been promised all this time. We really could be validating that this is a fake out here if we get a close above 0.048. Okay, 0.0482, let's just say, whatever. A little bit higher. It's not that far away. I'm not asking for too much there, am I? If we look at this on a weekly time frame, this is the first time that we've seen 11 weeks in a row closing red for OnyxCoin ever. We've never had, this was the closest stint. We did have 11 weeks here, but you technically did have a green week there. So technically 11 weeks red. We've never seen that before. We had 10 weeks here. We had 10 weeks here. And in that essence, we think 10 weeks here. Look at the reaction that we had, right? That was a very nice reaction. 10 weeks here. It looks like a small reaction, but here from a low to a high, you did pump 80%. 80% there. That was like a 256% move. You have to assume even if we get the 80% move, I mean, we're going to be above 007. We're going to be breaking out of this low range, and at that point, we very much do look to validate this as a low. We still got a lot of work to go. There's still significant areas to break through as we go higher. This was a point of resistance there, or a point of support there, a point of support there. It's probably going to provide some resistance. We have a closing low here. That will probably provide some resistance as well. This zone in itself, once we get above 0.0873, the statistical probability that this is the low goes up tremendously, and the statistical probability that we take out this high at some point in the near future goes up tremendously as well. Ultimately, we're looking for prices above 2 cents. That will be the ultimate validation that we are ready to see prices above this point here, but that's far away from here. I mean, who knows? Maybe from here 2 weeks goes by and we're all the way up here. I don't know. OnyxCoin can definitely move fast, but I wouldn't expect that's how it's going to work out. I do, however, believe that we are going to see a nice move up that probably takes us around anywhere from like 1 to 1.5 cents, maybe as high as 2 cents over the coming weeks, and by the end of January. I would expect that we do see that. We've got a lot of divergence built up in us, you guys. We've got a lot of bullish divergence in the MACD, bullish divergence in the stochastics. You don't have bullish divergence on the RSI, but you don't need it. You didn't have bullish divergence down here, and that was your low. You know what I mean? You didn't have bullish divergence down here, and that was your low. At least not on the RSI. I guess you did. You did. Let's be fair. Technically, you actually did. And then that's not it, right? That's not all that there is. XCN BTC, for anybody who's not aware, this is the most bullish chart. This is one of the most bullish charts that you'll probably see today. Now, let me rephrase that, right? This is not a bullish chart. Maybe I shouldn't say it's a bullish chart. This is one of the most bullish setups that you'll see today. Because on a weekly time frame, we look at this, you can clearly observe that where we are with our lows is right here at prior areas of resistance. Where we are with our lows from our all-time low to our cycle high is right here at our golden ratio zone. Where we are with our lows, we're not just there at that golden ratio, but I think we're also, are we at this golden ratio or is it the 1414? We're very near this golden ratio. Prior areas of resistance, golden ratio support zone here, golden ratio support zone there, and on a weekly time frame we have bullish divergence on our stochastics. We have bullish divergence on our MACD. Zoom it in here, you can see. I don't think we have bullish divergence on the RSI. Not anymore. Technically, we have a lower low, but this is double bottom territory. It just seems as though we're at a point where we're going to see a significant turnaround. And I mean, from here, a turnaround breaking out of this trend, I would think that we get a very significant snap back. And again, the logic that I'm using here is that from a high to a low, and this is probably not the low. Well, let's assume that we go a little bit lower versus Bitcoin, something like that. Let's assume that's the low, whatever. From the current price, a standard retracement would be the 382. That's not asking for too much. And that's about a 120% move. Prior support, prior resistance, it makes sense. And it's the 382, it makes sense that we might go exactly right there to find resistance on our first little pop up. Maybe we go higher. Maybe we go all the way up to the golden ratio, but being conservative, taking this 120% move, and then putting that in terms of US dollars, because this is the XCN Bitcoin pair. This is OnyxCoin priced in Bitcoins, right? It's worth 0.0, there's 7 zeros there, 0.70517 Bitcoins. That's what it's worth. If this moves up 122%, you have to imagine Bitcoin's moving up as well. So if this moves up 122%, the US dollar pair moves up more. If that's coded in there, we've got this divergence built up. I can't imagine it's going to be a slow process. It's going to be a very quick, sudden shift. We should see a move that illustrates that agrees with that lines up with that. I don't know what word I'm using, what I'm looking for, but if this is 120%, the move we see here should be greater than 120%. And if we go up more than 120%, if we're not finding resistance here, where's the next area in proximity to 120% that might find resistance? Right here, support and resistance there, 180%, right? 1.3 cents. And just being conservative, 1 cent, 1.3 cents, somewhere around there. That's probably where the price is going to go. And assuming that this is the low, that takes us right to our 382 as well. It's right there. It's perfect. It's literally a storybook. It's fairy tale worthy. It's perfect. But that's just the first step. Then we need to form a higher low. Then we need to form a higher high. And then we need to take out this high. And once we do that, at the end of the day, then there's nothing left to do but get excited for 10 cents and beyond, or cry if you were part of any of the people who panic sold over the past couple of months. The next target area, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I mean, the technical next target area is right here at about 1 cent, 1 cent to 1.4 cent. But after that, whenever we move up above this high, the next target is at a minimum 10 cents, and that from here is about a 20x move. The golden ratio is at 22 cents. That's about a 48x move. I fully believe that OnyxCoin has 100x capabilities, and that by the end of the cycle, we will not just see a 100x, but we'll see prices that are above $1. You guys remember whenever $1.13 wasn't even a 100x, right? Now it's a 241x, almost a 242x. It's a great time to buy. But everybody wants to buy the highs. Nobody wants to buy the lows. And that's why the risk takers get rewarded, where the pump chasers typically don't get rewarded. I don't think that we'll stop at $1.13, but we could. Maybe we go a little bit higher. My expectation is that with the 2272, typically you do wick a little bit above there. Minimum target by the end of the cycle should be about 44 cents, maybe to 60 cents. Maximum target, 260 is a little bit too high. I think it's a little bit too high. Maybe it's possible. I think it's a little bit too high. With me thinking that that's too high, the only logical target that's not here and that's not here is the 2272. So something just above there. Above $1, but probably not as close to $2 as we had originally thought earlier this cycle. It's been a while since we talked about this stuff, so I just want to let you guys know where my head is with this, right? Especially because I'm more and more comfortable now that this really could be the low. We have a proper measurement here with our fibs. It just makes sense to me that we could go just above $1. Just above, probably below $1.50, but above $1.20. That'd be my guess by the end of the cycle. And from here, we're talking about something that's a near 300x. Like crazy, crazy potential, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Onyx has some interesting stuff ready for Q1. I'm curious to see how the price action reacts. They say buy the hype, sell the news. The news hasn't happened yet. The hype is here. This is the moment to buy the hype. The news is coming out in a month or 3. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.